In order to make sure you avoid making some of the most common mistakes during an interview, you must first understand what they are, right? So following this, with the aim to provide our community with better insight into the job application process within architecture, we have asked decision makers at firms of all sizes throughout the industry to provide us with the most common mistakes that applicants make. So use this content as a fair warning that you can take on before even getting into an interview. Okay, so many of our larger firms in the survey underscored that not clearly describing previous work, both good and bad, and providing too much information during the interview were the two most common mistakes made by applicants. But let me go a bit deeper into the 4 key mistakes you must understand to avoid making them. Number 1, understand the value of properly defining your previous work and role. Principals, both from larger firms or small boutique studios, stated that the applicants should be able to define their individual contribution to projects and provide succinct and relevant information. So rambling about experiences without tying them to a lesson learned or bigger ideas tends to be a distraction and detracts from your presentation of self. But it's not only about being to the point. They also highlighted how they value honesty when clearly defining your past roles and individual contributions in previous work experience. So make sure that you have clearly defined how you impacted your previous firm's team, positively, obviously, and ways that you can improve over time. And always remember, principals are looking for talent, but they are also looking for a wonderful teammate to join their family, their group, their community. So you must show how you can fit into the community, but at the same time, highlight always, the ways that you can provide value and a new perspective. That will make you look like the perfect candidate. Number 2, follow the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. Many firms try to find the learning opportunities that the applicant has taken on at work and outside of work too. So it is also important to talk about your experience in a holistic manner. For instance, it is not a good idea to only focus on the outcome, instead of the journey or the strategy that you follow to get you there. They're architects, and what architects are passionate about? I hear you. Exactly. The design process or critical thinking that provides solutions. We are problem solvers. And so, you must focus on making sure you have the basics completed in your job application and review them properly. At the end of the day, it's not really about complexity, but rather how simple the solution can be. Number 3, know the company that you are applying to. A key mistake applicants make is not knowing the company they are going to interview with in advance. Silly, right? You heard me correctly. They do not know the company they're applying to in advance, prior to the interview. So how can you properly define your role within the firm without knowing what they are about? Ask yourself this question and simply do some research before applying so you can tailor your application and your pitch during the interview. Easy peasy. And number 4, the importance of providing a top-notch portfolio and CV. A strong job application materials package, As another key mistake applicants make is misrepresenting their academic background, especially software skills. Sometimes applicants do not even include their portfolio, and many times the portfolio firms receive have poor graphics or the applicant was not even selective with their best work. Also, not including a cover letter is another mistake, and in some cases these candidates are not even considered. And the last very common mistake, but not the least, is having poor grammar or bad spelling. Any of these examples are considered by many firms a lack of interest, as reveals a lack of precision and attention to detail. But tell me, honestly, what mistake out of the 4 I covered you have committed before? Any that you hadn't even thought about? Let me know in the comments section below because I want to read you. Now you know all the details you have to pay attention when it comes to putting together your job application materials. There's no excuse. Let's go back to work. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and podcast if you find these doses of valuable content and insightful recommendations useful. See you next week.